Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is actually for a very special car. We get very few of these that look anything like this. This is a 2006 Honda CR-V 2-litre executive manual. This car has covered just 68,000 miles from new, and it's had just 2 owners. The car is in fabulous condition. It's also fitted with a couple of options which were lovely on this age. You can see the front sort of nudge bar, bull bar, whatever you want to call it, side steps, and the little trim pillars. It was a pack that Honda sold at the time, which is rare in itself on top of everything that goes with this car. It is, yeah, it's a rare beast. It really is. Sorry, just wait for the car to go by. I'm going to go around the car as I always do. I'm going to be critical, I always am, but in all honesty, for the age of the car, it is quite exceptional. The first thing you can see on the right hand side, it's got a headlamp washer missing, or the cap. There's actually a new one, or the chap's bought 2 new ones which are in the glove box of the car, which can be fitted if someone wants to. The lights and lenses are clear, there's no cracks or condensation in them. Bonnet is exceptionally clean, you can't see any of the stone chips there at all. Near side of the car, very smooth in the panels for a car this age. It really is ridiculously clean. Near side front alloy, very nice indeed. And then just come to this side here, there's a slight indentation on the door which I want to show you there, but that's about it. Inside rear alloy, absolutely beautiful. And coming around the back of the car, again, very clean. Got the cover there, wheel cover still with the car. Always thought the Mark IIs were the best looking of the CR-Vs. It really is a fabulous looking car. And around to the offside, driver's side of the car, again, very clean indeed. I'll come around this way because the light's coming on that side for some reason, but really clean. This side's just like a mirror. Offside front alloy, absolutely beautiful, but certainly for the age. And then remaining panels are wonderful. This is the offside rear alloy. Comes to the boot area. I mean, these are huge boots in the CR-Vs. CR-Vs are normally heavily used, and for a C1 nearly 20 years old, looking as clean as that is incredible. Just coming into the back, I thought the boot was clean. This takes it to another level really. Rear seats, loads of leg room, and this is where kids sit, so there's quite often a lot of wear, and yet the leatherwork looks almost like new. It's incredibly clean. Full set of original Honda mats. They do bleach, by the way, in terms of their colouring. They originally were grey, but they always go that sort of slightly yellowy look after a while, but they're all really nice. The carpet areas underneath are perfect. Coming on the passenger side in the front, and same with the front carpet there, as you can see. Passenger seat, just incredibly clean. So it's hardly ever been sat on. Finally coming on the driver's door card, again, you can't really see a mark on it of any note. Footwell area is really clean. And driver's seat, it's incredulous really. It's coming inside the car now. You can see engines running, so the dash is illuminated. Dashboard looks again pretty much like new. As I mentioned in the walk around section, that's the sat nav unit and radio. Radio CD works absolutely perfectly. The sat nav is really intermittent on these. It was a DVD based system and quite often comes up with disk error. It was epically useless when it was new, and it remains that way to this day, so you're better using your phone. But they say that the screen does actually randomly work from time to time, but we're making no claims on that whatsoever. But it is unbelievably clean in here. Just to quickly show you there, 68,245 miles, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all whilst the engine's running. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a rare car. Honda CR-V 2-litre executive, registered LS06OOW. Mileage at the start of the road test is just 68,246 miles. The reason we do these videos, as I say in all cases, and it's especially applicable to cars of this vintage really, is to ensure that if anyone is online looking at any of our cars, they get to see that actual car in operation. The reason we've always felt it important is simply because, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out it's actually got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car, which you'd much rather know about before setting off. So that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this absolutely beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, should they obviously go on a drive in a car. So coming to the car, as I mentioned in the walk around video, lovely ownership, just 2 owners from new, very well maintained, and it's such a rarity. Normally a car this age, done 150,000 miles, we just send it off to auction or trade, but this is just too good. It's too nice, and it's not cheap, don't get me wrong, but and rightly so, because you're just not going to find another one as nice, generally speaking, as this car is. But going through the car as I always do, try and avoid my son coming the other way. Twist the key, engine starts instantly and settles the course to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter, and temperature gauge running at a 3rd, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. Honda are rightly considered to be the world's best engine builders, especially when it comes to 4-cylinder engines, and this is a classic example of why. It's just an absolute peach of an engine. It's the toughest, most reliable engine in its class by a long way, but also just the way the car drives. It's so sweet-natured, it's tractable, it pulls hard. It's just a lovely unit, really, really is. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch bites exactly where it's meant to. It's nice and smooth in operation. Manual gearbox, another sort of classic Honda gearbox. It's short in throw. Synchromesh engages really nicely in all the gears. It just feels tight and taut when you change gear. None of this kind of trying to wonder which gear you're going to be in with Hondas. Just beautifully done, and that feels exactly as it was done when it was new, just zero wear in it. And then we move on to the steering chassis, which has always been a strong part of the Honda CR-V, and this is a timely reminder really. The steering has got weight to it. It feels accurate, it's precise. It's not a sports car, not meant to be a sports car. But it does the job brilliantly well. The steering never feels vague or detached from the car at all. The whole car feels much more car-like than any of its competitors, of its vintage certainly. It also, by the way, tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed, or any speed actually up to the legal limit. It's also one of the most comfortable cars you'll drive. The ride is exceptionally well resolved. Damping is brilliant. For a family car, it does the job perfectly. It's just so comfortable. It helps because it's on relatively old-fashioned, high sidewalls on the tyres, but that actually helps with the sort of horrible roads we have these days. But when you go through corners like this one, it goes through very well. Its body control is really good. It doesn't loll up about. As I said, it isn't sporty, so if you push it really hard, of course it's not going to feel brilliant. But for most people driving, 99.99% of the time, it's a really, really good car to drive. There's also, incidentally, absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle at all. Brakes on the car are excellent. Nice powerful brake pedal, no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, so all hopefully in good order. It's worth pointing out it's going to be heading off for an MOT, which is done completely independently of us, so all these things are going to be checked as a matter of course anyway. And then finally coming inside, first of all, Hondas are brilliantly put together cars, and this is no different in that respect. Horrible feeling he was going to suddenly turn right at the last minute. There we go. But it's beautifully put together, and the two owners have kept this car in simply astonishing condition inside. It's amazingly clean. Even for a car that's 5 years old, it's clean, and it's a sort of testament to them and the way they've kept it. But it's also a lovely place to sit inside a car. You've got really good visibility inside here. the dash architecture is quite low, so you've got a really good view forward. And the material quality is very high in the car. You know, these are very, very, very well appointed and assembled cars. So coming to the only kind of issues as such on the vehicle, because this is, let's say, the point of the video. I'm trying to pick up on anything, no matter how petty they might be. I mentioned in the walk around section and also in the advert for the vehicle that the sat nav, doesn't work. Let's not say it doesn't work. It does. It's working now perfectly well, but it's intermittent. They come up with a disk error message on there. It's always been, as I mentioned, it's always been a bit of a hopeless system, but it does work intermittently, but we make no claim for it. The air conditioning, in terms of cold air, I mean, it might be, it could probably do with a bit of gas in there if that's what it requires, but again, because of the age of the car, we don't sort of cover or look at the air conditioning systems in this vintage. But it said it may just require a regas. And that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to think of something if I can. What am I going to look around at? Electric windows work, central locking works, all that works. The wing mirrors adjust. Oh, that's the final one. These the CR-Vs of this vintage had one of the first for Honda, the power folding wing mirrors. They don't work because they stick in situ. So that's it. So we try and be honest, transparent. If those things are massively important to you, then you're better off looking at another one, I guess. But in essence, most people buy a car of this age and price range for the mechanicals and the condition, the interior, and in those it is. I've not seen one of this age in this condition in many years, I have to say. Aside from those things mentioned, I cannot fault the car at all. It drives absolutely beautifully.